Welcome back to the final episode of Assured Cyber Protection Cyber Fables. I'm Mitch, and I'm the CEO of Assured Cyber Protection. Over the course of this series, we have seen a hacker slowly build their skill level by attacking hotels around the world. They've used phishing emails, phone calls, USB devices, and fake web pages. They've taken advantage of the information that people overshare on social media and their tendency to avoid conflict. Last time, the hacker found himself getting in deeper with the cyber criminal organization known as Crimson. He traveled to meet another hacker in person, and they gave him the challenge of infecting as many devices as possible with botnet malware. And of course, he found a very clever way to do just that. However, this new criminal contact was extremely vague about this powerful weapon might be used for. If you missed it, feel free to go back and have a look at the previous episodes. In the finale, the hacker finally finds out what Crimson has been working towards and plays a key role in making sure the attack goes off as planned. As you already know, the story you're about to see is entirely fictional. The attacker, the target, and all the people involved do not really exist, but we have created this story based on our extensive knowledge of cybercrime. We've made sure that this is accurately grounded in reality. The hacker always exploits people as well as technology. So watch out for what things you might have done to stop this attack from being successful. Lastly, if you have any questions about the attack or want to comment, feel free to use the chat. We'll be answering as many of those questions as we can get round to at the end of the session.
Well, it seems like congratulations are in order. Tens of thousands of devices connected to our botnet, and that's down to you. You set the next stage of the attack up nicely.
Thank you very much. All in a day's work. See, I told you that pineapple would work, didn't I? Not bad, not bad. So come on then, what's next? What's next? Hey, I've got an idea. Why don't we build on everything we've been doing so far? We want to make Crimson famous? Great. Forget national headlines. Let's make Crimson a household name globally, everywhere. With this kind of foothold, we could take advantage of smart devices anywhere they're connected to the internet. We could order milk to every smart fridge. We could play terrible music through every voice assistant. We could grab every thermostat, every single thermostat connected to the internet, turn it up as high as it will go.
Yeah, fine. Okay, you're starting to think along the right lines, but come on, think bigger. Take it seriously. There are consequences for what we're about to do. We're doing something massive, something that's only ever been seen once before and not on the scale that we're planning. If you just want to play poltergeist and order milk through people's fridges, then we can cut you loose and you can do as you please. Is that what you want?
No, of course it's not what I want. But you're not giving me anything to work with here. You're making me guess at what we're going to do with this. Just give me a clue. How can I help you unless you tell me what I'm supposed to be doing?
Fine. Come on. Look, I'll tell you, but you'll just have to trust me when I say there are certain things that I can't tell you. And it's in your best interest that you don't know everything. Those people that I said we're going to work for, well, they're powerful. Really powerful. As powerful as it gets. They don't work for organisations. They tend to work for governments, which means that they can effectively get anything done. But the thing with working for people like that is that the targets tend to change as well. We're not going after individuals or organisations anymore. We're going bigger than that, like as big as it gets. We're going nation state. We're going to knock out power across an entire country. And we're only able to do that through you helping us to spread the botnet. Just think about it, a country gone dark, literally. But before we can do that, we need one more favour from the hotel hacker. We need you to do something for us to make all of this work. Are you willing to do that still?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. Well, here's the rules. Our client needs us to launch the main attack in 3 days from now. To make that work, though, we need a distraction. We need something that's going to get the attention of the press and of the authorities. And that's where you... We also need it to last for at least 2 hours, and everyone needs to know that it was Crimson that launched the attack. Remember, everyone still thinks that Crimson is a hacktivist organisation. We don't really mind how you do it, what tools you use. We trust your instincts and your imagination. You've delivered so far, and why wouldn't you do that again? So, does that sound like a good challenge?
Oh, absolutely. So the media respond best to when people are in danger. Hey, do you remember that job that I did a while ago? When we showed them videos in their hotel rooms? See, it wasn't the clever attack part that the media focused in on. It was the people, the fact that people were scared. So if we want to do something like that again, if you want me to do something here while you do something over there, then whatever I do here has to focus on people. And what's more, is last time on that attack, the media only saw people when the attack was over. It was done, everyone was safe. If you want this to last a long time, then I need to find a way to keep people suspended, trapped in that moment of the attack.
Okay, but how are you going to do that? How are you going to keep them trapped in the moment of the attack?
Well, I mean, the media love a tragedy, you know?
Tragedy? Are you sure you want to go that far?
No, we don't actually mean hurting anyone. Look, I don't actually have to hurt them. Imagine this, if the media thought that people were in danger, they would swarm, and that's exactly what we want. I just need the illusion of danger, scare people enough, but I'll know they're safe.
So, the implication of danger, but no actual danger itself.
Precisely.
Okay. Go on.
I don't know. Okay, we could set off the fire alarm in a big hotel and evacuate everyone into the street.
Well, you could, but how would they know that it wasn't just a fire drill or a fire? And even so what?
Yeah, all right. I need to scare people. So what scares people? Spiders, clowns, heights? Whatever it is, it needs to be something that I can control. I need...
But who are you talking to?
Don't judge me, it's my process. Anyway, just, if you want me to do it, let me do it my way.
Right.
Where was I? Scaring people. Being buried alive. Being trapped in a small space. Claustrophobia. Got it.
You gonna bring me back in?
Sure. So, most people don't like small spaces, right?
True.
And most hotels have, especially big ones, have electronic systems to control their elevators. What if I took control of that system? I would know when people were in the elevator, and then I could just stop it between floors. What's really cool is that whilst I know that people will be safe, they won't know that, and that's going to stress them out. And even better, I can do it to lots of lifts all at the same time, and I can do it for hours.
Yeah, okay, but surely the hotel will just send a rescue team in and pull them out through the hatch in the roof.
But that's exactly why this is going to work. Okay, picture this. The firefighters get to the door. They open the door and look down the shaft. They're just there, ready to reach in and lift people out. One little keystroke from me, and the elevator moves out of their way.
Okay, I quite like that idea. So, how long do you need to make this work?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? We can't neglect step one. Step one is so important. We have to do the research. It's going to take a while.
What do you need to know?
Okay. All right. The first thing, obviously, we need a target, don't we? It's got to be a hotel. And we need an exploitable building management system. Am I boring you?
A little bit, yeah. There you go. Serene Horizons, well, the Endless Art Hotel after the rebrand. Familiar with it?
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, that's your target. According to our colleagues, that meets all of your requirements.
That was so quick.
Yeah. You're thinking like a lone wolf. Crimson is more than a Telegram group. You have people that can help you. Reach out to them. That's what happens when you look to work as part of a team.
Okay, great. There are so many things I need to know. Right, we need to know what building management systems people have, okay? We need to know if there's any access control systems. What do you need from the outside in? We need to know if there are any other vulnerabilities in the system we can take advantage of. You know, maybe we could take advantage of things like the RFID system itself. That would be great. Maybe
It seems like they've got a pretty decent RFID card access control system. So you'll need to get your hands on a card if you want to get anywhere secure.
Yeah, I think I've got an idea for that too. So, may I help you? No, I'm fine, thanks. Hey, hard one.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was just looking for towels. Thank you very much.
I don't feel good about this. Feels like things are getting out of hand. I was so close to being caught there. And that would have ruined everything. That would have ruined everything for this. But would that have been that bad? I mean, this is gonna suck for the people in the elevator. It's not doing them any real harm. I mean, they're gonna walk away from this. Everything is gonna be just fine. Yeah, he's right. Crimson's expecting something from me. Maze is expecting something from me. I've got a job to do. I've got no choice.
Stop that. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that.
Hello, sir. Well,
Hiya, you alright? I should have a run booked for Sam Parfitt?
yes. Okay, just a single room, right?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let me check. Here we go.
Oh, thank you very much. Showtime.
Endless Art? Nasıl ya? 2 asansörde mi? Saçmalamayın ya. Bir dakika geliyorum. Tamam.
ekipleri nerede?
Ben de onları arıyorum.
Okay, now it's time to call the press.
Okay, guys, let's start the attack.
Nerede bu ağaç yumurtları ya?
Buldum.
Nerede? Çabuk. Etsin be. Yok ki bu insanların hiçbiri artık ya. Asansöre dair hiçbir şey yok burada. Ne yapacağız?
112'yi arıyorum o zaman.
Hemen.
Oh, not so fast.
Normal değil. Güç odası nerede? Elektrik odası mı? Hemen aşağıda. Tamam, hemen gidelim.
Surprise twist. Check this out.
Açılmıyor bu.
Belki deneyelim.
Alo abi yandık.
Efendim?
Abi basın geldi.
Basın mı?
Evet abi basın burada. Bilgisayarlarda bir şey var. Kapılar da açılmıyor. Hiçbirimizin kartları kapıyı açmıyor.
I'm here at the Endless Art Hotel, where scenes of a devastating cyber attack are unfolding. Sources here are currently stating that there are multiple guests that are stuck in several elevators located throughout the hotel. Emergency services are currently...
Should have heard from him by now. What if something went wrong? No, I did fine. Everything went great. But what if Mace has been compromised? What if something happened? Now, that doesn't make sense either. Mace didn't put himself at risk at all. The only person who could have been compromised is what? Mace. Oh, it's not right. Oh God.
Aç, elleri kaldır. Kaldır ellerini. Kaldır ellerini yani. Aşağıya. Aşağı gel.
Well, that couldn't have gone much better, could it? It was almost as if I planned it. Which I did. You see, our protagonist wasn't the hero in this story. He wasn't the main character as much as he thought that he was. He was just a tool, a means to an end, something to help achieve an objective for Crimson. And to that extent, he was disposable. But you don't feel sorry for him, do you? You're not supposed to like this guy. He's a bad guy. He's just like me. I mean, he brought it on himself, mostly, anyway. He got so caught up in being this big, grand hacker that he lost sight of his craft. He forgot what was important. He focused only on the artistry and forgot about the science of what we do. And that meant that he put us at risk. He put himself at risk, he put me at risk, and he put Crimson at risk. And that's just unacceptable. Like, do you remember that time when he tried to fish some information from someone at one of the hotels? He called up using his own phone, his day-to-day number, and he used his real voice. He didn't think of using a burner phone or enlisting some help to support him. And then there was the time that he broke into that flamboyant security guard's office. Like, challenging this guy's ego was going to go without consequences. And then on top of that, he left the USB stick, the attack vector, there. That could get us arrested, or worse. And then, in that other hotel, he got caught pickpocketing the card from the cleaner. Like they weren't going to report that. And then, on the day of the attack, he managed to get himself on TV. He put himself at the scene of the crime. But, to be honest, by that point, he was more or less doomed anyway. I mean, he'd been caught on so many CCTV cameras up to that point. That just wouldn't fly. Crimson won't stand for that. We can't let his ego jeopardize our mission. He did make it easy for me to manipulate him though. I mean, from the very start it was obvious that he revered me. Like some kind of idol.
Someone reached out to me. Now, have you heard of Emerald Maze? You probably have, to be honest.
I might have quite a big ego, but even I was embarrassed by that. But it did mean that all I had to do was talk with a sense of authority, and he would do exactly what I told him to. Drink up. If you notice how he always came to meet me, I didn't go anywhere, he always came to me. And we made him an offer that sounded so good that he couldn't say no to it. And we made it seem like if he didn't say yes now, then the chance would disappear and he'd never see it again. It's exactly the same tactic that works so well in phishing emails, and we've used against him in person. Then all I had to do was get him to commit to something. To commit to the cause. Do you remember that time when he came to see me in the bar? A little bit of light goading, the odd compliment here or there, and a reminder of the treasures that he'd already enjoyed, and he was ready to commit. I got him to commit to the cause. I got him to say it out loud. You remember the cause, right?
Of course I remember the cause.
But we need to know that you're going to commit to it. Can you be part of the team?
Sure.
Sure?
What?
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah, I'm sure.
Psychologically, that's enough. He feels like one of us now, one of the gang. And from there, it was just playing on his needs. It was so obvious that he wanted to be the big grand hacker that I made him feel like one. A small compliment here and there goes a long way. Doing him a favour goes even further. Things like hiding the pineapple for him. He wouldn't want to be in my debt, would he? He'd want to pay me back in some way. And just look what his cooperation helped us to achieve. It's not a bad sacrifice to have made, right?
Thank you so much for watching the final episode of Assured Cyber Protection's Cyber Fables. As always, let's have a look through the attack path. How did the attack go? So first off, the attacker needed to find information about their target. They needed to know what they were going to do. And unlike last time where they'd used their own wits, their own tools and approaches, this time they lent on the collective, the group. As you can see, the attacker here is representing a nation state. They have an enormous amount of power and capability behind them. So they lent on the group to find out what they needed to about their target. Not only did they find out about the target themselves, they took a big picture for open source intelligence. And that led them into a piece of knowledge about the RFID, the radio frequency ID access control systems in the hotel. When they knew about that, they knew they would have to do something to access the place they needed to get. So to do that, they stole an RFID card. They used a manual technique. It's a very simple thing to steal the card, clone the card and put the card back. And as you're sure, that didn't go quite so well this time. Next, once they'd got that, they found a location, they deployed the attack. But they had to do this on site. So they got access to the site in the most simple way, by booking a room, by choosing to stay there in a legal way. A lot of attacks will center around the most safe way to carry out the illegal components. And by doing the legal aspects, you're protecting yourself as the attacker. So they gain access to the site. They use the RFID access that they've gained. They use the clone card to gain access to somewhere they shouldn't have access. And as you saw, people just ignored. People left the attacker to go and gain access to that back room. And in there, they installed their malware, their malicious software that allowed them to take control of the elevators and then later the RFID system to lock everyone out. Now, the attack itself that you saw went well for the attacker. They did everything they wanted to do. They did control the elevators. They did lock people out of the rooms. But it didn't go quite so well for them. Now, usually we would ask, what could have gone differently? And things definitely could have gone differently for the attack component. But it was the behaviors that people engaged in, the things that people did, that led to the fact that the hacker got caught in the end. So this time, rather than thinking about what went wrong, let's think about what went right, what actually worked, and what stopped the attacker from getting away with their attack. Well, it's really simple. And whilst at the very end, Mays describes a series of things that people had done throughout this whole series, throughout the whole 5 episodes, that led to the attacker being caught, it all comes down to very simple. People identified something that they weren't happy with, and then they communicated that issue. And if you go back and you have a look at the previous episodes, there is the continual common theme of finding something you're uncomfortable with and reporting it effectively. See, that's what all of this has been about. Cyber Fables is designed to get you to understand and do one thing. And that's just to make sure that you know that you have a role in protecting against cybercrime. So the moral of the story, the moral of everything we've been trying to do is very, very simple. It's all about your choices. You need to make the choice to help protect everyone against cybercrime. And it doesn't have to be a big thing here. Just see something you're not happy with and communicate it effectively. Thank you so much for taking part in Cyber Fables across the last 5 episodes. Do by all means reach out to us if you want to know more. And thank you very much. Have a great day.